Alright, here we have Yvonne, the cutest scientist of the Specialist Tech Division, which won the poll on my community tab, unsurprisingly, and is coincidentally my favorite girly in the entire game. Creator of this little shit, and seemingly obsessed with pink, so much that she even spray painted her tail. Let's take a look. From the front, as mentioned, Yvonne is very pink. Pink hair, pink horns, pink sleeves, pink shoes, and sock, yes, singular, to match. Guys, I'm not entirely sure, but I think her favorite color is blue. Aside from this, her midriff... From the side, she's built a little odd. Now, I know Yvonne is known for her big tail. However, her posture is absolutely abhorrent. Of course, it might be to balance against her giant tail, but I still think it's funny that this posture is making everything back here much larger than it is. Aside this, Yvonne wears shoes without heels, but with lots of accessories we'll look at later. The back is, well, mostly her tail, along with tails, or well, pigtails. Here we have the tipped tail, which looks like she spray painted it, an upper open back to her sleeves, and her little double horns due to her hairstyle. Aside from tiny details, the last side is mostly mirrored again. So let's go back to the top. From the top, her head is very busy. Focusing on the smaller part first, I suppose, Yvonne has a giant noggin. Pointy ears with no earrings, little cute dot eyebrows, and a little inset blush. Her eyelashes have little pink individual lashes, and her iris is this mix of dark and light blue, yellow and pink, with the innermost part being a sharp diamond shape and light blue inside. Now, some people did ask me for the wireframe of the models, and while most of them are quite messy, the way Enfield does emotions is actually kind of funny. You see, inside of Yvonne's noggin is another noggin, which most likely has textures like the blush and overshadow instead of just hiding the textures inside the head. Yvonne has very high peak arches on top of her messy bangs and has longer side pieces either swept up and behind or, well, wrapped around her horns or going down the sides of her chest. These strands have little blue highlights. Told you, their favorite color is surely blue. Instead of normal pigtails, Yvonne has two sets of horns in a way. Front part of the pigtail being wrapped in a cone, and then going down into messy tails which turn curly at the end. These two have blue strands, which, funnily enough, do glow in her P5. So perhaps they're some kind of extension technology or glow-in-the-dark hair dye.
As long as it's not like blue or pink, bruh.
Yvonne's horns are dark with very rough and pointy shapes. Here too, it seems she painted some parts pink. This also matches her little hair clip at the front. Further down... Further down, her chest is kind of funky. The undermost layer is still normal, seemingly being a pink and black short top with tiny spots at the bottom and a spray-painted booba. On top, it's separate layers of white fabric of different materials and patterns, looking as if she just layered scraps on top as well as pipes? Wires? Something like that. This too goes up to her neck, being a pipe in the middle, forming a kind of necklace, and some fabric to fake a high-collared shirt. Funnily enough, her girls are also practicing social distancing for some reason. Looking at one arm, which apparently the only difference is this little tag, it kind of not connects to the short jacket she wears, being held up by this pink band which has a transparent part sticking out, perhaps to fake a collar. On this, she has a pink clip with Enfield on it, connected to what is perhaps an ID card, also reading Enfield. The sleeve has this green and dark upper part, which again just looks like she just slapped some technical parts to her sleeve. Said sleeve is separated into two parts, the front being semi-transparent and the back being solid pink with a little triangle pattern. On the top, this is separated by a line of dark and light grey studs, though on the bottom it is simply seams. The cuff looks like leather with almost white details like this tag. The only thing inside the sleeve is her communicator, which compared to Endman doesn't have Enfield on the sides of it. Her hand unfortunately is only her glove, no fingers. Though honestly her nails are either pretty pink or a mess from making all her robots. The glove is simple with a dark upper and pink underside. Additionally, it's a bit thicker around the knuckles. The only and tiniest difference in the sleeves is this Cheeto. Must be for later. On the sides of her chest is her jacket, with this cute little triangle zipper and, I mean, on one side, there's this stud, so perhaps it's to cinch in the jacket, but this big part just kind of looks like something you'd plug into an outlet. The rest of the jacket looks kind of patchworked, being part pink, dark green, white, and dark grey, with buckles and clasps at the back. Yvonne's tail is so heavy that it appears she needs to wrap it to her top and pants. Or this is just to keep her low-waisted pants up. Because it's funnier, I personally choose the prior. Her tail is dark green with lots of leather wrapped around it and just as spiky as her horns. Seemingly, she's kind of abusing it as a toolbox. There's some kind of device with a screen strapped to the top along with this box, and because she's seemingly obsessed with fashion, it's fastened by separately colored pink straps and a yellow piece of fabric wrapped around said straps. Further down is another bag and her pink tipped tail, which, like I said before, looks spray painted, with paint messily and unevenly coating it. Her pants are, as mentioned, very low-waisted, or, well, no, it would appear it's hot pants. So, low-waisted shorts with leggings underneath. The shorts have this dark double belt with a metal clasp and layered dyed fabric, probably to cover at least a bit, though if you keep your shorts unbuttoned, I don't know if that helps. One piece is dark green, fading into a darker fuchsia, and the other is pink with a scale pattern, along with a diamond stud, much like her shorts. On her double belt, she has this cute bow-appearing thing. I think she just wrapped the device in separate colors to make it prettier. It's similar to what Endman has on their arm, but in white. Hanging off of it is a decorative scale belt with a pink stripe. Her leggings, similar to her sleeves, are in two halves. One half having this triangle pattern and a white to pink gradient, and the back being white patterned in scales, wrapping around her lower thigh. Yvonne wears a singular pink sock with a studded ankle bracelet going into these absolute stompers, which I kind of want to cop. They're really pretty and are going back to the colors of her hair, being pink and blue, and like her horns, a dark gray. There's lots and lots of studs, and the way to zip it up seems to be by this zipper with a pink flap. Underneath these already great stompers is this lizard? Dinosaur type footprint, which is really just the cherry on top. I really hope we get a snow or sand region which shows the distinct patterns underneath the character's shoes, because Yvonne's is just beautiful. I like the idea of Yvonne not only building robots, but also her own clothing, with the tons of separate fabrics and patchworked patterns, just to match her tail and hair. I can't wait to get her in game, though so far I've not even gotten level 10. I'll put up another poll, most probably to see who I'll do next, though I'm kind of leaning towards level 10 or my snake girly. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed and have a nice day. Bye bye.